ESTJs are methodical organizers who are good at making sure that everything is running smoothly and according to plan. They tend to be logical and strategic and to have an excellent grasp of logistics, being able to quickly quantify operations and plans, knowing just where adjustments are required and where additional attention is needed the most. For the same reason, ESTJs often make good managers, directors, and leaders. Not only are they task oriented thinkers with an eye for the bottom line, they also tend to enjoy dealing with people and figuring out how to best marshal and organize them. They tend to understand the external world through analyzing it logically and organizing it. Even though ESTJs are extroverts, they can often be a bit more reserved than other E types. They tend to enjoy talking and engaging others, but can oftentimes struggle with situations where there are no logical parameters to grab hold of, or where emotional self expression is expected. Because of their discomfort at being made to deal with emotions, ESTJs also tend to dislike sob stories or people who don't deliver on their promises. It messes up the logical structure that they use to understand the world. They tend to view everything in an impersonal manner, including themselves to some extent. ESTJs tend to be orientated towards clear decisions and actions. They tend to dislike ambiguity and unresolved states that drag on for too long, and can sometimes evince a preference for simply committing to some decision or applying whatever solution that's on hand now instead of waiting indefinitely for a slightly better one. In this way, more sensitive natures can sometimes experience the ESTJ as a bit frightening and forceful. Generally, though, as long as they are still thinking or talking through a problem, ESTJs are actually quite open to better suggestions, no matter how forcefully they may express themselves. That is to say, their strong demeanor and conclusions can sometimes make them seem more inflexible than they really are. The irony is that most ESTJs actually appreciate it when someone drills down with them to discover the best solution. In their minds, it is reasonable to expect that if someone is sitting on a better solution, he or she should speak up and push back a little and not just sit there holding their tongue. If someone has gleaned part of the truth, they should stand up for it and help whittle away bad ideas and help get us all closer to the core of what's actually real. ESTJs are often endowed with a superior eye for detail, and they tend to be diligent and ambitious. Like the ISTJ type, they often take pride in their ability to execute their tasks efficiently and professionally. ESTJs tend to have high expectations of themselves and others, and they can sometimes get annoyed with people who act as if they're qualified to hold a certain position on account of their social connections or charm. What matters, first and foremost, is the person's professional qualifications. While some ESTJs may seem straight laced at times, most ESTJs tend to balance their sense of efficiency and eye for the bottom line with a playful sense of humor. They don't mind a good prank or tease now and then, and they are often good with humorous and ironic remarks that develop a sense of camaraderie through mock competition and banter. ESTJs often have a dry and cutting sense of humor, where they make an art form out of stating the plain truth in an exacting yet tongue in cheek way. Deep down, most ESTJs know that they are more logical and objective than most, and that forcing others to live up to their own high standards would very often just end in tears. As a result, they use their humor to laugh at the world rather than getting frustrated with it, and to build rapport with others rather than getting upset with them. While sometimes stereotyped as overly harsh, most ESTJs are in fact principled rather than harsh. They tend to care deeply that everyone should be judged by the same standards, and consequently, they are often very fair in their judgments. However, their standards tend to revolve around qualities such as competent actions, strength of character, and loyalty over time. It can sometimes be daunting for others to feel that they have to evince these qualities around the ESTJ, but on the other hand, many of those same people will often feel a sense of reassurance with an ESTJ at the helm of whatever they are doing. With their staunch commitment to sensible policy and reliable execution, ESTJs are in many ways the natural protectors and leaders of our world.